What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another movie review. Today we're talking about Hitman. Glen Powell, ARJONA, I believe I said that right. But the two leads in this, between Glen and ADRIA, they have more chemistry than a goddamn periodic table. This movie is one of my favorites I've seen this year. I've really bought into it. Initially, I thought it was going to be more Hitman style, you know, like Glen Powell is going to be a killer. But I was, luckily enough, I saw an interview where they were saying what his character is a couple days before I watched the movie. So I didn't have this false expectation of, oh, I expected more shooting, more this, more that. And Richard Linklater, I didn't realize I knew him from like School of Rock. Like, I loved that movie growing up, and I haven't seen it in a long time, but I really should. And he's done other movies that I really like too, and his dialogue's really fun, and this movie was just a lot of fun, man. And I honestly wish I saw it in theaters, and I can't recommend enough, if you guys have a theater around you playing this movie, go out and check it out for yourself. You know, it's one of those movies that was a really fun time, and I honestly wish I saw it in a theater with a big group and had fun doing it that way. But on Netflix at home, still a really good movie, really good time. And Glen Powell really gets to showcase his acting chops, like how much range this guy has, because he goes through, I want to say maybe a dozen different hitmen, and it's not like he's a hitman. He's doing all these disguises because people, right, so the cops are trying to get these people that are hiring hitmen and arresting them before the hitman gets to kill off whoever they're hiring. You know, like a spouse or a boss or a mom. You know, like it's all people that love has been twisted and construed into murderous anger. You know, like, and somebody was loved or unloved so much so that they are so angry at the person that they feel like the only way out is to have the person murdered. But they're too pussy to do it themselves, so they have to hire a hitman. So what Glen's job is to be the hitman for each person. So he caters, he goes, okay, who is this person? What kind of hitman would this person expect to show up? And then that's how he would show up. You know, one lady was a Russian with a trench coat and long hair. One kid, he had scars and a leather coat. One guy, he had tattoos on his neck and he's punching him in the nuts. He's got a full New Orleans Southern accent. Another one was like Christian Bale, suited and booted, slicked back hair from American Psycho, you know, like, and he had a bunch of them. And then the love triangle relationship, his real name is Gary Johnson, but Adria's character fell in love with a hitman, Ron, right? And he was supposed to just, you know, get her, bag her, tag her type of deal. Instead, he talks her out of it and lets her off and goes, no, you're not a killer. You don't want your husband killed. But clearly, someone that went this far and was going to pay a hitman clearly has the capability to. So then the movie just keeps snowballing and getting crazier and crazier. And it still ends, you know, it's based on a true story, so it's not, at a certain point they veer off pretty hard from the true story and then just give you a good movie. But it just keeps getting crazier and snowballing, and then eventually it just gets so out of control. Even though he's like doing a pretty good job of controlling it. But then there's a shot in the end of this where, you know, spoilers, one of the cops gets murdered and she like poisoned him or something, and he goes, well, we have to finish him off. He puts a bag over his head, and you just watch this guy on the ground breathe his last breaths as they sign the contract, which is like a little kinky, sexy move where she did it to him early in the movie. She was like, I promise, I'll sign the contract. And he goes, she goes, where do I sign? He goes, right here. And then she goes, do I have to initial anywhere else? Initial here, and then just starts, you know, making their way down. And then he does it to her later in the movie. He goes, where do I sign? Right here? Do I have to initial here? You know, like, and does the same thing. But as there's a guy breathing his last breaths in the background, meaning both of these people are so in love that they're crazy enough to get away with murder, you know, like nuts. But then, you know, they cut 5 years and it's happily ever after. They have some kids, you know. It's very, very cute, very sexy movie, but also has like a little bit of action, a little bit of just really good writing and comedy. I thought there was going to be maybe some more crazy action, but hey, not everything needs to be an action movie. I would consider this more like a rom-com, really. Kind of based on a true story, kind of not, but shout out Glen Powell, man. That man's really done a great job the last couple years between Anyone But You, Top Gun, Devotion, later this year, Twisters, coming out, I think, next month during the summer, or later this month during the summer. This man's just been crushing it. And ARJONA, she was sexy as hell in this movie, I'll tell you what. And the two of them as a couple in this, I really bought, and I love me a rom-com. I'm a sucker for a love story. So overall, I gave this movie 4.5 out of 5 stars. What did you give this down below? I would love to hear your thoughts, but yeah, just the two of them as a couple, like the chemistry they had, like, oh, they just looked, they're so hot together, right? He's one of the better looking guys in Hollywood, and she's gorgeous, but she also had this little bit of a crazy eye, right? Like, she was really capable of killing some shit. And then he's supposed to be a hitman, you know, like, so, but like the scenes like them in the bathtub, very sexy, you know, and then the scenes of them shooting, very sexy. Oh man, the couple really went above and beyond, and I really loved this movie. So go check this out on Netflix if you haven't. My name's Big Cam. Thank you guys for watching. My links for my other social medias down in the description below. Please like this video, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell if you won't want to miss future movie reviews. And I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.